Red Hood was relentless in his pursuit. The small-time crook sprinted through the dimly lit alleys of Gotham, but there was no escape. A single well-placed shot from Red Hood's rubber bullets sent the man crashing to the ground. The vigilante approached with purpose, his mind momentarily drifting back to his days under Batman's tutelage. How many times had he been told to show restraint, to hold back when dealing with criminals? Yet here he was, pressing the barrel of his weapon against the man's head, demanding answers. The crook, groaning in pain, could offer only limited information. The latest designer drug, teardrops, was spreading like wildfire across the city. The drug granted users a temporary state of euphoria, but at a deadly cost, hallucinations so vivid that people often lost all sense of reality, leading to fatal accidents. Red Hood needed to find its source. All the crook could provide was the location of a dealer. Without another word, Red Hood left him behind, heading toward the next lead. As he passed by a pair of beat cops responding to the sound of gunfire, he overheard their grumbles about how kids these days were being raised, yet another reminder of how Gotham viewed those who operated outside the law. Back in the Batcave years ago, a young Jason Todd fumed with frustration. He trained harder than ever, yet it never seemed enough. He felt suffocated beneath Batman's rigid expectations and the lingering shadow of the previous Robin. Seeking distraction, he wandered deeper into the cave and stumbled upon a storage locker. Inside, his eyes widened as he took in the sight, an arsenal of firearms. Guns, of all things, in Batman's domain. Before he could process what it meant, Batman's voice cut through the silence like a blade. Jason turned, confused. Why would Batman keep guns if he despised them so much? Batman's response was firm. These were tools for forensic study, nothing more. To understand Gotham's crime, one had to understand its weapons. But there was a line neither of them would cross. Guns, he stated, were weapons of cowards and they would never use them. Jason's gaze lingered on the locker even as Batman closed it. The lesson was clear, yet something inside Jason remained captivated by those weapons of finality and power. Out in Gotham, Batman surveyed a developing crisis. A man high on teardrops stood on the edge of a rooftop, lost in a delusion. To him, the ledge was nothing more than a thrilling ride at a theme park, and he was with his father once more. Batman moved swiftly, but it was too late. The man leaped. Acting on instinct, Batman caught him mid-fall, ensuring a safe landing. Yet, as he recovered, a cop nearby recklessly opened fire, forcing Batman to disappear into the shadows. As he vanished, the officer muttered bitterly about Gotham's obsession with vigilantes, complaining that the person responsible for spreading teardrops was just another wannabe playing dress-up like Batman. Meanwhile, Red Hood continued his investigation. He stormed into a run-down apartment building, pressing one of its occupants for the location of the drug dealer's room. Despite his years of experience, he admitted to himself that detective work had never been his strong suit. Still, brute force yielded results, and soon enough he forced his way into the dealer's room. But what he found inside gave him pause. A small boy, no older than 5, sobbing beside his unconscious mother. Red Hood knelt, softening his tone. The boy, Tyler, hesitantly explained that his father, Andy, was at work. Given the state of the apartment, Red Hood doubted Andy was holding down an honest job. He called for an ambulance and continued searching the room. Spotting a phone, he contacted Oracle, requesting a trace on Andy's number. Tyler, still scared, looked up at him with wary eyes. Jason made a decision. He wouldn't let this boy be swallowed by the system. He would keep him safe himself. At the garage, Batman meticulously analyzed the chemical composition of the teardrops. The results confirmed his suspicion. The drug was an inverted version of the Scarecrow's infamous fear toxin. But Scarecrow was supposed to be dead. He contacted Oracle, instructing her to investigate the movements of Crane's known associates. As their conversation shifted to Red Hood's involvement in the case, Oracle attempted to appeal to Batman's better nature. She urged him to show leniency, to acknowledge that Jason was still struggling. But Batman refused. Jason had crossed a line. He was a killer. And Batman would deal with him alone. Back at the Batcave, Bruce finally confided in Alfred. Jason was alive. The revelation weighed heavily on him. He couldn't understand what had driven Jason to this path, to embrace lethal force so readily. But Alfred, ever perceptive, had no doubts. It was Jason's deep admiration for Batman, followed by the betrayal of being left unprotected against the Joker, that had pushed him toward violence. Alfred urged Bruce to approach Jason as a father, not as Batman. But Bruce remained resolute. Jason had taken lives, and it was Batman's responsibility to stop him. Red Hood finally tracked Andy to his workplace, bringing Tyler along. He set the boy aside, handing him his mask. If anything happened, he was to contact Oracle. To lighten the mood, Jason suggested Tyler pick a superhero name. With a shy smile, the boy chose Blue Hood, inspired by his protector. Jason gave him a reassuring nod before slipping into the building. His attempt at a quiet entry failed almost immediately. Gunfire erupted, forcing him into action. As he fought through the factory's security, he realized the truth. This wasn't just Andy's workplace. This was the drug production site. He made quick work of the guards, but one managed to slip away. Another panicked worker called out his name, Andy. Jason gave chase. The moment he caught up, he pinned Andy to the ground, his mind briefly flashing to his own father, to the pain of abandonment. He restrained himself, prepared to knock Andy out and bring him in alive. But then Andy's words shattered his resolve. He didn't care about Tyler. He barely remembered his son existed. Worse, he had given Tyler teardrops himself, dosing his own child without a second thought. Jason's vision blurred with rage. His fingers tightened on the trigger, and before he could stop himself, the gun fired. The echo of the shot rang in his ears. Andy collapsed lifeless. The weight of what he had done hit Jason immediately. He had taken another life. There was no turning back now. That's the story, folks. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.